aging girlfriend, Jonathan Brooks feels the brunch concept is just getting a bit old. I guess soon enough, Mark Tester. I guess soon enough, Mark Tester will be the only Dutch baby left in town. Mattel has released a new autistic Barbie representing the neurodivergent community. Autistic Barbie comes with a Moog subharmonicon and a noise table. 6 to 10 audience members are not included. Have you guys seen Wuthering Heights yet? Yeah, a little lukewarm. You know, I did, and I have to say, my heights were not withered. It was one of the worst Charlie XCX music videos I have ever seen. It was so boring by the end, I was rooting for tuberculosis. The best part of the movie was the dream I had later on about Jacob Elordi descending from a massive horse, which honestly had more plot, more chemistry, and a stronger female lead than the film by far. And that horse, serious Oscar buzz. They're saying he's got the best agent in all of Hollywood. Well, we've got a great show here for you tonight. We're here in Indianapolis at State Street Club. You got it? How many turn me up? Yeah. In 1, 2, 3. Is it no? I'll just go.
Red leather, yellow
red
leather.
leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather. I can really do it. Well, we've got a great show for you here tonight. City County Councilman Jesse Brown is here representing District 13 of Indianapolis, Marion County, which is where we are right here. Unigov, we will be dissecting it. I'm just kidding. We'll hear from him on what it's like to be a city council member and what's coming up in Indianapolis. We have, shocker, this is a big get for me. U.S. founding father Benjamin Franklin is here tonight. Arisen from the grave, folks. His first appearance in centuries. The famous Tubble sisters are here. Sliv and Gwen are both in the house. I see Sliv's smiling face up there in the crowd, you know. If you get a chance to talk to Sliv tonight, please do. She's trapped in the cloud, but that doesn't mean that she's not, you know, here and that she doesn't want to be your friend. Mason Jar. Mason Jar is here for his very first performance of all time. Where I couldn't be, you know, I find it very annoying when Americans use British words, but I couldn't be more trapped. I'm very excited for Mason to be here, and he's going to give us his first ever live performance. Don't tell him I said this, but he did say he was a little nervous. He's never performed music live before, so it's going to be a big night for him. Give it up. Give it up. So what do you guys say? You want to get started? You ready to get this thing started? Let's get it started. Let's get it. It's okay.
Wait.
No, it's okay because we're let's just.
Let's get it started. Let's get it started.
And wouldn't that have been a great gag?
Imagine if that had gone off without a hitch.
All right, I want to thank you guys all again for coming out. This is so meaningful to me to see all of you in the crowd here tonight. It's so amazing. Like I said before, we're hoping to make this a semi-regular program. It's going to be quarterly. The next one will be May 16th, which don't count those months. May 16th, which is also, Mark, is it the 11th anniversary? 12th? Is Mark Bueller. 11th? It is going to be the 11th or 12th anniversary. 11th of State Street Pub, which is a great place. Where I was going with that, your vote of confidence tonight, showing up, really means a lot to me. We're hoping to keep this rolling, and it's just so great to see you all. I want to, obviously thank all our special guests who I mentioned earlier for being here tonight. And I want to thank a special person here. I want to thank you, Carson. Or I'm sorry, Dino. I'm a little crossfaded. Dino Maraschino, my second cousin by marriage, is here tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got a little bit confused there for a second, Dino. But so how was your flight coming in today?
Oh, straight from Palm Springs. I don't know if anyone's ever been, but it's the best place on earth.
I haven't been into Palm Springs. Is that in California or Florida?
California, outside
sounds
of
great
the
then.
Salton Sea.
Wow. So you're living a bit of a Sultan lifestyle up there.
You might say.
Tell us about your life out there in Palm Springs, Dino Maraschino.
I'm kind of I keep to myself. Very much a hermit lifestyle.
Okay, yeah. Are you working on any great works, or what are you doing with all that time?
No, I'm kind of just a man about town.
Oh, you're a hermit man about town. That
You've
sounds
never
all
heard of
right.
one of those.
Okay, well, let's move on. I got some more thank yous to get out of the way. Unfortunately, they could not be here tonight, but I do want to thank my friends Adam Whitmer and Reed Brown for being my co-writers on this show. Please give it up. I want to thank the amazing artist Stephanie Baker for decorating this beautiful desk, which is so much more gorgeous than I could have even conceptualized. I want to thank Ramona and Daisy Allen, local artists, who prepared this applause sign. And of course, we've got to thank State Street Pub.
Hey!
The pumpkin.
Are you guys here? Okay. Anyway, big thank you to State Street Pub. It goes without saying, State Street is one of the most special places in my heart, in town, in the country, and in the world. It's a place where we can be who we are and do whatever we want, even if it's hosting a live late-night show. I have to mention that you can now support State Street Pub with you can now support State Street Pub with a monthly donation. So you can fund the pub you love, even if all the bands didn't draw you in that month. You can go to statestreetpubindie.com to sign up. Do it this weekend. Do it tonight. If maybe you're gonna party. Well, let's be real. We're gonna party late into the night. But
What the hell, Lee?
but tomorrow, please wake up, get yourself a coffee and some food, and then go to statestreetpubindie.com to sign up. And I signed up last month, and it was so easy, and I know that I'm supporting the pub I love, even when I hate all the bands.
That's so
which
brave.
is important. What'd you say?
That's so brave.
Yeah, people have said that about me. Again, I want to thank the pub, Mark, Heath, Scooter, who I saw earlier today, and I said, "Hey, buddy, you gonna make it to the show?" And he said, "Yep, I'm gonna try to." And I knew at that moment that he would not be here. Rain, who does the door, and the whole gang. for holding it down tonight and every night. Please, folks, order some food, run up a big tab, and please remember to tip your bartenders. Okay, like, who is that? Is like somebody crying? I mean, it's like, what is it, like 9:15 p.m.? Who is that? Oh my God, it's Baby New Year. Oh my God. Oh, Baby New Year.
As the bells
Baby New
ring
Year.
out, everyone will shout, Happy New Year. Have a happy
I'm so sorry, Baby New Year. You should have texted me. I didn't know you were going to be here.
I didn't know either. Here I am.
Here you go, Baby New Year. Well, I'm so glad that you're here.
Me too. I guess.
You're you see what you got, that little is that a Shrek
Yes.
sort of baba you have there?
Yes, it's my Shrek Baba. I shake it around. It calms me down. So, whatever. We're going to talk about important stuff now?
Yeah, sure. I do want to ask. It seemed like you were pretty upset back there.
I am.
You were really
I was crying. That's right.
You were really crying. I mean, you're crying so loud you interrupted the show.
Well, I'm really upset.
All right. Well, what are you so upset about?
Well, it's just my birthday was a few months ago, and ever since then I've been spiraling. Honestly, 2025 was really rough for me, and 2026 is already a really big bummer. So, yeah, wah.
I'm sorry to hear that, Baby New Year, and I'm sure that a lot of people here can relate. I mean, 2025 was a pretty tough year, with everything going on.
Come on. Wah. Come on, let's hear it. Wah. That's right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, with everything going on with the world and politics these days, I mean, it is pretty rough out here, right?
Honestly, with all due respect, Rose, I'm a spiritual entity, and those things don't really concern me. Something I think more people should practice is just trying to listen to other people's problems without maybe trying to solve them.
I do think that some validation can be powerful as long as you hold on to your values, right? Do you want to tell us what you're dealing with, Baby New Year?
Yeah.
I mean, this is a safe space, right? He can.
Thank you. I really, they really meant that. I do have something I'd like to share to get off my chest, if that's okay. Can I share my top 5 things I'm already bummed out about for 2026?
You guys feel all right about that? I mean, whatever's gonna make you feel better, Baby New Year. I certainly don't want you crying through the whole show like that. So.
This is my top 5. I think that'll work. Okay.
All right. Well, let's hear it. Let's go for this Baby New Year top 5.
Okay.
Gonna hear the things you're most bummed out about. The top 5 things
The
that you're
top 5 things
already
that I'm
most
bummed out about.
The top 5 things that you're already most bummed out about in 2026. All right.
The top 5.
All right. Go. Let's hear it.
Wait, I thought it was going to be on your computer.
It's gonna be back behind you,
Right,
Baby New Year.
right.
And then you
That's
brought your
right.
little note cards, didn't you?
No, I left them in the back room.
Oh, that was a big mistake,
Oh,
Baby
it was
New
a big
Year.
mistake. I left my note cards in the back room. All right, we'll just ball our way through this.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna have to.
Number 1, Timu Goths. I know that's number 1. Okay. Timu Goths. All right. Look. These people, they're not performing. They're algorithmic, okay? If you're ordering a chain off of Instagram, just do the world a favor and do that thing that you love to talk about, okay? Because it's not working for me, all right? I don't really remember what else went into this part of the list, but they wouldn't, they don't know what they're doing.
Hold on here, Baby New Year. I think we can. Alright, hold on, baby New Year.
Okay, no, we're back. We're so back.
You can read. He's got good enough. He's got good enough vision.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay, what I meant to say is these Timu goths. All right, first of all, they're not alternative. They're algorithmic. Thank you. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, they wouldn't know a crinoline from a cravat. Would you know what that is? Why would you DIY your look when a 10-year-old factory worker could make it faster and better? You just, you might say Victorian orphan, but your values say get back to work orphan. That's number one. All right, moving on to number two. Malls are closing all around the country. There's an ongoing death march of the mall at large. Circle Central Mall just closed. Hot Topics are closing. And Barnes & Nobles is removing seating and making locations less comfortable. Boo, boo, wham. We hate that. Eliminating traditional third spaces for goth baddies such as myself to meet and chill. What am I supposed to do? Be noticed thumbing through my Anne Rice catalog now. In the library under the most garish fluorescent lighting imaginable? No. And this is brought on by a larger issue. Number three, a big one that I don't know a lot of people are noticing here, is that 2016 nostalgia is unseating 90s alt culture nostalgia. Can we be honest about this? I mean,
Sorry, baby New Year.
when I go out, I want to see teeth knocked out. I want to see mud wrestling and crushing beers. The only thing getting crushed is a stiff pair of pastel pink Doc Martens and my hopes and dreams of catching a post-hardcore DIY dilettante cutie. Such as myself.
You're right, baby New Year. That does sound pretty terrible.
Pretty terrible. All right, moving right along, we've got number 4. Yearning. Yearning is trending downward. People aren't yearning. Losers are forming relationships with AI companions. Traditionally, these, what you might call losers, are simply yearned, and this has created some positive output in the form of tragic poetry and art. Now, some losers are forming relationships with AI. Their yearning levels are way down. This makes less sad poetry and art. Oh, we hate that.
We need that.
Oh, we hate that. Boo, boo. Now, the only time an artist feels less tortured is when their Wi-Fi goes out. Historically, there have been some serious consequences when the losers stop making art. So, anyway.
All right, baby New Year. Let's hear the last one.
All right, number 5. Number 5. There's a vibe session happening, and I don't mean vibe session like you think. It's a recession of vibes is happening. Can we agree? Can we agree?
We can agree.
Let's talk about it. Everyone's obsession with minimalism has ruined interior design. We hate it. Disgusting. Thank you. I want a house to look like Castle Viva La Bam, not a Frank Lloyd Wright. That's right. Right. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Where are the 8-foot-tall wingback chairs, crystal chandeliers, black velvet drapery promised to me by the mid-2000s VH1 programming? They called it reality television. It's not my reality. Let's bring it back.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. Thank you.
One last thing.
Hold on a minute here. Oh yeah, honestly, unless you had that thing memorized, you're right.
No, I don't.
You're gonna have to just go for it then.
All right.
You got one
All
last
right,
thing,
I've
baby
got
New
one
Year.
last
We've got
thing.
time for one last thing.
One last thing. No, stop the music. Okay, one last thing. This is number 6 on my list. Something happens this time of year. It comes around every year. We all dread it. We're all getting things in the mail about it. We're all not looking for, our wallets are not looking forward to it. Some of us are trying to burn the whole system down altogether by not even participating in it. I think everyone knows what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Shen Yun. Okay, this shit. I don't care. Okay, I don't want to get any more mail about it, and I think we should all burn it to the ground. Okay, that's it. That's all I have. Thank you. Wah.
Baby New Year, everybody. Wow. You know, it's been a few years since I've seen him, and he is looking a lot rougher. Thanks, folks. Thank you again for coming out. We're going to take a quick 10-minute intermission, little break. We'll be back with Counselor Jesse Brown. We're going to hear about District 13 in Indianapolis. Thank you so much. What'd you say? Oh, let me ask. Thank you. Sylvia was saying it says low battery.
Welcome back to Saturday Night Pub.
Welcome back, everybody. Could somebody go out in the back patio and let them know that we've reconvened, that the GLP-1 ads are no longer airing? I wish they could still add air cigarette advertisements. Because the cigarette really is just, that's exactly what I was going to say, is just so chic and elegant and cool that Anytime I see it portrayed, I'm like, I want to be just like them. And it's a shame, you know, free Joe Camel is all I have to say. You know, I feel there was a bit of Islamophobia going on there. All right. Well, we are about to welcome a very special guest. This guest represents District 13 of the Marion County, Indianapolis Unigov City County Council, which District 13 is where we are right now. And I tried to come up, when I was like creating the description and the flyer for this event, I like looked at District 13 and I was like, how can I explain to people what District 13 is? And then I realized it's very difficult to describe the boundaries of District 13 because it is very oddly drawn. I don't know, you know, it's so strange. I don't know what's going on there, why anyone would ever draw such a boundary around a neighborhoods like that. But, you know, maybe Council Member Jesse Brown will know. I thought you'd like this, Jesse. I told Reed to do that, and then I said, don't do that. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Pleasure to be here.
This is not, you know, when I told a lot of people that we were going to have a city county councilor here tonight, I think people imagined a different person in their head. I think.
How dare you all?
The fact that you were telling me this is not the first time you've been at State Street Pub.
True. Yeah. True.
Yes, excellent. And you also you also live locally here in District 13, right?
Yeah, that's right. I've lived at like 20th and Riley since 2008.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Wow. That's great.
That's right. That deserves applause. I survived.
And where did you grow up?
Actually grew up in Irvington. Could not afford to live in Irvington. So District 13.
Yeah. So you're a city county councilor. We could just jump right into that. I mean, I'm somebody who's like, you know, in my 30s and full-time employed, and I grew up feeling like if that ever comes to be, surely I'll be able to buy a house.
Uh-huh.
And it just, I mean, I think I could, but I frankly am a little bit too bougie to be scrimping and saving like that. You know, but what do you think about housing affordability here in Indianapolis?
Yeah, you know, people just need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and do what I did, which is be 22 years old and buy a house for $49,000 in 2008.
Yeah.
So go back in time, and then it's really a lot simpler.
Yeah, that does seem like, you know, the only solution that I can see a clear path with. You know, I did mention earlier that this is not your first time at the pub, but have you ever had the official drink of State Street Pub, which is an Underberg?
I have not, so now I'm mad.
You've
that
never
I was
had
here
an
before with
Underberg?
no Underberg. Right.
Wait, really?
Really?
Oh, wow. Okay, well, here you go. Do you know what it is?
Yes.
Okay. Are you a fan of an intense experience?
I'm always a fan of an intense experience.
Okay,
yes.
excellent. You will like this one. All right. And then, do you know Maraschino to your right? This is my second cousin by marriage, Dino Maraschino, who I believe I introduced you to earlier.
Pleasure to be here. Big fan of your whole work. Yeah. Your whole library.
He's the closest person in my whole family. I don't know how that happened, but all right. Let's all throw an Underberg back. Let you clink it up over here. I want to see those clinks. Okay, thank you.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
Dino actually hit his head and is stuck in 2011.
He's in a better place.
Yeah, what year is it?
So it's interesting to meet somebody who seems like so much of a peer and who's been to State Street Pub before, and yet, is ostensibly don't let him jump scare you. Is ostensibly a politician. Would you consider yourself a politician?
Kinda.
Or like, how would you even define that? How do we even define that?
Yeah, I've had constituents say, like, well, yeah, I talked to you and then I talked to the real city councilors. And they're like, well, I mean, that is a positive thing. I was like, no, I took it that way.
What do
yeah,
you think they mean by that?
Well, I think that in this city especially, it feels like regular people can't get involved in politics. Like, our leaders don't want that, and they try their very best to keep people away. So, yeah, I'm like the same person in public as I am in private, and like people are like, wait, that's not allowed. You have to have this like weird
That's
fake
so
persona.
Interesting. Aside for dreams, I had years that I was on an airplane or in an airport, and I realized it was because I was living 2 double lives. So if you're having a dream that you're constantly traveling, you might be living a double life. But anyway, back to you, Jesse.
That's deep. I'll be thinking about that all night.
So, how do you, Dino, he's quite a new, he's keeps up with current events. He's a lot smarter than he looks. And he informed me earlier that, you just mentioned that people will tell you that, oh, I spoke to the real counselors. Dino informed me, he reads the news, I really don't, and that you were excluded from the Democratic caucus in the City County Council, which to me, like, when I think about the story that we're all told about politics and running for local office, especially these days, I mean, how much is the DNC saying, like, get up and run, like, that's what we need is you. And like,
But wait, not you.
but wait, not you. So how do you work with people who not only it goes both ways, who not only who you disagree with so much, but who disagreed with you so much that they felt the need to exclude you?
Yeah, I mean, like, I really have pretty thick skin. I can sit down and, like, you can cuss me out or, like, tell me how badly you disagree. I'm like, okay, cool, that's you, right? So, like, maybe we have something to work on and maybe we don't. But what I was really shocked by was, like, the Mean Girls middle school, you can't sit with us sort of activity. Because most of the people who voted to kick me out of the caucus had never, like, had a conversation with me about, like, hey, I'm upset with you for this reason. So I'm like, that seems like a necessary step.
And did they ever discuss with you the reason at all, or
I was told I needed to get better at reading between the lines.
What the hell?
Yeah, so I guess I'm a bit bad at that, which...
that seems like...
I won't mute myself or silence myself when my constituents want me to speak up.
Period, Dino.
I'm so honored to be on a soundboard. That's badass.
Was that you?
That is 100% me.
Earlier, Dino
That
was
too.
like, you should really watch some videos of him speaking.
Never.
I was like, I really don't feel the need to for this interview. So you grew up in Indianapolis, and I mostly did too, and I think a lot of people here either grew up in Indianapolis or Central Indiana or Indiana. When did you first connect with the idea that Indianapolis could be like? Earlier, you said it's daunting to, as an average Joe, run and then to get the position, and then even once you're in the position, then to work with the people who are there becomes then an even more daunting task, perhaps, than it was to win the position. But back to my question. When did you first think Indianapolis is like a project that I could be part of taking on or improving?
Kind of always. So like, yeah, I grew up in Irvington, single mom, got scholarships to go to Cathedral, so I got to see like, oh, there are like rich kids in the world who, you know, like I had peers who, when they turned 16, got a brand new Cadillac Escalade for their birthday, and then like totaled it 6 months in, got their mom's 1-year-old Cadillac Escalade as the consolation prize, and I was like, oh, like that's a different world than what I'm used to. But I don't know, I've always met really cool people in Indianapolis, and I've always felt that like, despite on paper we don't have very much going for us at all, we have such cool, like smart. Yeah, you can play it again. Yeah, but like really, despite like horrible local leadership in terms of politics and like a state government who actively hates the capital city, like we still get by and do a lot of cool stuff. Like there is not a State Street pub in most cities in the United States, you know.
True. Yes.
That's called pandering, ladies and
One
gentlemen.
time Mark Tester said to me, which this is like, I think about this all the time and it's so true. He was like, I wish that all these people would move away so that they could understand
Right.
like what's
Right.
going on here, because it's truly like so inauthentic and lame in most places.
And
I
it,
mean,
like-
I don't want to say most places, and then surely there are other cities like Indianapolis that are similar, but I think outside of like these mid-size cities, it's like this is such like an intimate and wonderful community, and nobody's like agent is here tonight.
Yeah,
You know what
right,
I mean?
right.
Like,
People are just authentically themselves and authentically
although
cool.
if you have a connection, please speak to me after the show.
But yeah, so I don't know, just the whole time growing up here, I was like, this is my favorite city in the world. I studied abroad for a while, so for a while it was like,
Why the fuck you lying?
Indianapolis #1, Prague, Czech Republic #2.
Oh yeah.
So,
Dude, honestly, I've been to Prague, and the fact that you put India above Prague is crazy.
the
But
mass transit, slightly worse here. Slightly worse.
also, plug for Prague. It's so cheap to go there. It's so cheap to be there. Enjoy and experience your American imperialist status in Prague, Czech Republic.
Tonight's show brought to you by Prague.
Anyway, you'll never feel like that again. What part of the councilman job surprised you most once you were actually in it? Was it the part, you know, earlier you talked about how difficult it's been, but tell us something else.
Yeah, another thing. All right, tell a story. Yeah, so I ran as an open socialist, and I knew there were not any other open socialists on the Indianapolis City County Council. So I thought like, oh, I'm gonna lose a lot of debates, right? I'm gonna like argue my point, like, and we'll, you know, come out to some middle ground compromise, but like I won't like have the popular policy positions. And what I realized after joining the council is there are no debates and there are no policy positions, and just nothing gets done at all. And really, I was like excluded more for being a regular person than for being a socialist. Like it didn't matter what my political ideals were, because we don't do anything on the Indianapolis City County Council.
Do you think there would be okay, here's the question. Do you think there would be legit though. Do you think there'd be more or less bureaucracy if we were in Soviet Union?
Definitely much more, but maybe effective bureaucracy. Like here we have both bureaucracy and nothing gets done. You know, and it's
Totally.
like it, I've always thought like if the mayor had really crappy ideas that he executed, then I would forgive that a lot more than no ideas at all. You know, so.
That's fair enough. What do you think it is about? Earlier you said that you were told that you weren't reading between the lines enough, and that first of all, can you define what you think that person meant?
So specifically, that came up in a conversation where I proposed a ceasefire resolution about the genocide in Gaza. And my thought was, you could vote against that if you don't want that. And so people should just vote their conscience that if their constituents weren't knocking down their doors like my constituents were in favor of a ceasefire, then they should just vote accordingly. And so I was told, you need to just read between the lines a little bit more.
Which, I mean, isn't that's the whole I mean, that's the whole. They didn't write any of these documents thinking like, and then they'll read between the lines, you know, like,
Right. Like with the Democratic caucus,
You know.
there was a page and a half.
And by these documents, I mean like the Indiana state constitution.
Right. Yeah, but there were rules. There were caucus rules, and so when they expelled me, I was like, "Which of these rules did I violate?" And they're like, huh, "No, we're not going to get into that."
Yeah. So, adding that with like the question about bureaucracy, when we're talking about bureaucracy in this city or like in an American city, in a blue American city, what is the bureaucracy that you're dealing with?
The bureaucracy I'm dealing with is donors run this city, and you don't get any work done unless you donate to Joe Hogsett, and then the quality of your work doesn't matter much at all. Like if anybody's been to Brookside Park and seen the playgrounds that are now finally being installed 27 months after the last playgrounds were ripped out, that's because a big Hogsett donor got the contract, failed 8 separate architectural reviews with the city, didn't lose the contract, and just kept getting to retry. So for 2 years, kids didn't have a place to play, but the donations kept coming, and so nothing changed as a result of that.
So let's get into that.
Comedy, fun.
Like a question I've always had when I see like the Department of Public Works out, which is like the department that like fixes the roads and maintains the infrastructure of the city. Whenever I see them out, I'm like, who hired those guys? And that's nothing about the guys I'm seeing. It's about the patch job that I'm seeing once they're gone. On the road, you know, it's about the like chuckle that I'm hitting. But
So many times.
So like when I have a question in here that we discussed earlier about like if you are out in the city and you see some like infrastructural issue, like the thing that I see is like I live right by the intersection of Mass Avenue. Yeah. Hi, I live right by the intersection of Mass Avenue and Commerce Avenue, which is like a high wreck.
Yeah.
My friend and I literally saw a movie Can a couple months ago, and then they called me 20 minutes later, like I got hit in that intersection. And it's like an intersection that I go through, and every time I'm like, got it, you know what I mean? But there are like definite improvements that wouldn't take construction, or like, you know, there are improvements that could be made that I see to that intersection that would not involve like concrete being poured. Like it's just like some paint that could change, some lights could change. If somebody sees an infrastructural improvement like that, like how do they go about making it? Or are you as councilman, if you are coming with like a resolution on the intersection of Mass Ave and Commerce Ave, like how does that process go?
It basically doesn't, but so the way it's supposed to work is a constituent can use Request Indy or call the Mayor's Action Center, or the councilor can push for it and like try to fix some things. But right now, I think the last I saw, there was like a $1 billion infrastructure backlog, like deficit that we haven't paid for. So
Wait, hold on.
yeah,
Wait, hold on.
yeah.
I just want to like, I have dyslexia. No, I really don't. I don't know why I said that. That's a lie. I have auditory processing issues. That's what I have. Anyway, you said
If I remember right, like a $1 billion
$1 billion
maintenance backlog, like deferred. We
maintenance
should have spent $1 billion
backlog
on our roads.
deficit, you said.
Yeah,
But what does that mean? That means we owe or we have that extra money?
that means that we have $1 billion worth of holes in our roads that should have been fixed.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Oh, yeah. So does that mean like,
So that gets thrown out as
but
the
we don't have the
excuse.
money for that, is what
Right.
you're saying?
We don't have the
Okay.
money. We don't get like the state house robs us. They just don't fund us appropriately. They make sure rural roads get a lot more money per car that goes on it than Indianapolis roads, because you got to own the libs, right? That's
Right.
the most important thing.
I think that's like a very well-known conundrum.
right.
How is the city like approaching that?
They're not. They're just like afraid to talk about it, and they just don't want to make Daddy State House more mad, so that like we get our toys taken away again. So we mostly just like quietly complain about it without telling other people. And then like our staffing is so low. There's one traffic signal engineer for the city of Indianapolis. Even though the city of Indianapolis has a third of all the streetlights in the state, if I remember correctly. So yeah,
True Blood, I love you, but I will have you removed, baby.
All the cool kids are doing it. But yes, if you're trying to fix an intersection, you put it on a list. I haven't seen the list. The list is just an infinitely long backlog that I don't get to access to see because they know that I would embarrass them by talking about how long the list is. So it's just like a very black box, murky thing where someday maybe something will change. But as an example, right up the street from that, Mass Ave and College, right, still in District 13, we have traded like 500 emails with DPW, local business owners, State Senator Andrea Hunley, and I all pushing together to just try to get some safety at that intersection. So far, there's been 8 little strips of paint added. And that's after, like 500 emails, like multiple in-person meetings.
How much money did that cost, like total, do you think?
I'm too sad to think about that.
Well, moving on.
So it's bad. It's bleak. It's not good. Not right.
So, like, I mean, you present a hopeless case here. Should I just go fuck myself about Mass Ave and Commerce Ave?
No, I think next year. So Indianapolis, unlike most cities, all 25 city councilors and the mayor go up for election at the same time. So
Yes, that's right.
many cities, they don't want like the possibility of
It's a
there's
battle
no
royale.
continuity with the previous government. But here that is possible, and it would be preferable. If I had to lose my seat to make sure everyone else lost their seat, it would be worth it. I think the city would be in a better place. So next year's elections, like push people hard, demand answers, and yeah, I mean, like this current administration is the cause of those frustrations. It doesn't have to be that way. Yeah.
Big hog set. Anyway, I don't have the corporate sponsorship to linger too long on any politicians. What are the 3 most pressing issues in Indianapolis, Indiana right now?
Well, you brought one up earlier, which is housing. Last study I saw showed that over 45% of people in Marion County cannot afford any housing in Marion County, right? So 45% of people who live here can't afford to live here. That's like, I'm not a math major, but the math doesn't math on that, right? So until we get like more affordable housing, that's going to be a gigantic problem. We're going to continue to see lots of like street homelessness. We're going to see lots of people who are evicted and just struggling to get by. Housing's number 1, probably should be number 2 and number 3 as well.
How do you think Indianapolis compares like to other American cities in terms of that issue?
Well, worse in a lot of ways. So IHA, Indianapolis Housing Agency, right? Multiple people from the Federal Housing and Urban Development Department have told me worst run public housing agency in the country by far. Woo! We're number 1, baby. And so as a result, we're selling off a bunch of our older public housing stock to like a private investment group, some of whom are like good people, and I know, but that's still backwards from where we'd like to be. I have been working with people who live at the Minnie Hartman apartment building on Sherman, like around Vermont and Sherman. And their owner of that apartment building gave, for example, $50,000 to Mike Braun in 2024, $10,000 to Joe Hogsett last year. Their CEO gave $15,000 to Vop Osley last year. But they can't afford to pay for trash to be picked up. So for 6 weeks in a row, there's just huge piles of trash where these seniors live. So just like even outside of the public housing, just any affordable housing is left to languish, and it's really, really bad, and then that drags everybody else down.
And like from that track record, it shows that those donations aren't actually like politically motivated. It's truly just to like get a project done.
I mean, that's what it seems like to me.
You're donating to both Braun and Hogsett.
Right, yeah.
Well, that was, I feel, well, what are your other 2? What are your other 2?
I mean, the other two are like less of a
Issues in
finite
Indianapolis.
political issue, and I think it's just democracy and transparency. So people have to be able to see what their government is doing and why. There can't be that black box about how do I fix my intersection. Because again, the reason Indianapolis is such a great city is because of all the cool people. And when the cool people don't have like a path that they can take to get their city better and to improve things, they stop, right? They stop caring, they stop trying. They either just do things by themselves and just don't talk to the government while still paying taxes, so that's messed up, or they just move. And I don't want either of those to happen.
You know, yes. That sort of dovetails with something else I want to talk about tonight, which is that I have this idea that the city county council meeting might be like a really great place to meet singles. First of all, would you like to, how do you feel about that?
I think you should do it.
Do you think that?
I
Well,
think-
no. I'm not asking should I do it. I don't need your encouragement to do it. Okay, I will show up looking for singles wherever I want. But that's not my question. My question is, do you think there are, would that be like a good place to feel like? I feel like there's a lot of crazies showing out to the city council meeting, and I don't necessarily want to get messed up around all that.
I think
I'm like, that's not even part of the equation, Val, sadly.
the city council meetings are great because they're not very well attended, which means you get like some passionate, crazy, awesome people, and then some like super insider stick in the mud
But
people.
if I'm sort of there,
if you're there,
just
you
to
can-
meet
you can-
singles,
you can
like-
mingle with both of those groups at once and kind of float in between.
Yeah, are there a lot? Okay, let's answer Val's question. Do you see some hot people there ever?
Yeah, we're gonna go with yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. So we've established. So we've established that the city county council meeting might be a great place to meet singles, and that
Great
there are
place.
sometimes hot people there.
Sometimes.
Emphasis on sometimes. But you mentioned it's sort of a black box, we don't really have this transparency, and that dovetails with the fact that I've been where is my crazy passionate single? And I think he's at
They could be at
and
the
I
city
think he's
council.
at the city county council meeting,
Yeah.
but I look online and I'm like, when the fuck is this fucking meeting happening? There's fucking 5 different schedules. I'm like, look, I'm creating an account on X so that I can I'm just trying to feel where are they? That's all I want to know. So when is the city county council meeting?
That's a fair question, and you're right. There's 6 calendars, 5 of that are wrong. I think it's just a clever trap to weed out the unworthy.
There's just a bunch of singles wandering around the plaza.
It would be too dangerous if all the singles could find the actual meeting. The next meeting is Monday, so if you really want to come to a boring
talk
meeting,
about
please
Mass
do.
and Commerce Ave. Anyway, go
Yeah,
ahead.
Mondays, 7
Mondays.
p.m., usually once a month.
Once a month, but which Monday?
Depends. Usually the
Okay,
second
see,
Monday,
that's-
but it really is
Okay,
not
You
consistent.
need to introduce a resolution that it's going to be on the first Monday.
That would make a lot of sense. That would make a ton of sense. Yeah. And then you could look on the calendar and see when committee meetings are,
Is
but
it
then they're usually canceled.
some of the counselors are like, well, I'm in Cabo on Mondays.
Yes, that's legitimately why some of the yeah, it's like, oh, well, that's the week of the 4th of July. People
I'm
are gonna
at
be on
my
vacation.
Lake Erie home.
So for real though, yeah.
What's the third thing that is most pressing in Indianapolis?
You're not gonna let me get away from this. Okay, most pressing other thing, I think you have a special guest who's gonna talk about this too, is data centers.
We do. If you'd like to, sit alongside for that interview, you're welcome to. We're going
Alright,
to talk
I could do that.
heavy data centers.
I can hang with Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dino's been wanting that. He's like on Conan. Okay. Anyway, go on.
No, but yeah, I mean, everybody's electric bill is super high. If you haven't seen, BlackRock is planning on buying AES, and they'll probably lower rates, right? Yeah, they'll make us
The
pay
lower
less for
rates.
electric bill. And yeah, data centers are going to absolutely supercharge how much you're going to pay for electricity, and is going to create more natural gas plants, and so worse air pollution, more asthma. It's worse for regular people in every single way. But politicians seem to love it. So fight back.
We are certainly going to talk more about that. there's, as I said, I don't read the news, so this is all been hearsay as far as I know. But people have been telling me that there's been a lot of talk about like local communities that have been fighting against these data centers as they're coming into their neighborhoods. And I saw just in the last few weeks, there's a data center that's proposed for Martindale Brightwood that you've been leading a charge against.
Yeah, fighting tooth and nail.
So
Well, the community's leading. I'm just there with them. Yeah.
who's leading? I'm sorry.
The community.
The community is leading, and Jesse's just there supporting them.
Yeah, I'm just a fanboy.
I'm just a fanboy of the community, folks. Let him know your Instagram handle. How?
Hey, Rose, I got a couple.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready for you, Dino. Actually, go ahead, Dino.
So
Hold on. Can you actually? You know,
What the
what,
hell,
I'm trying to be less controlling, and you go ahead, Dino. you go right ahead, baby. My
So
second
with
cousin
all
by
these
marriage,
all
folks.
these socialists, they've got all these different acronyms. You know, you got
Tons.
these ANCOMs and DSA and what have you. I'm just wondering where you fall on the spectrum.
And just to clarify for folks, PSL does not stand exclusively for pumpkin spice latte.
The pumpkin
Mostly, but not
spice latte returning to Starbucks.
Yeah, I'm solidly in the DSA camp, but I like DSA because it's like a big tent of socialism. I think that it's more important to argue with people who aren't already socialists rather than just like debate the finer points of some little thing. And like the reason I call myself a socialist is because I think regular people should be in charge of our economy and our government. So if you agree with that, I fucks with you, and then we can work out the details from there.
You mentioned earlier there is a mayoral election coming up.
Next year.
And I think last month, the city county council president,
Former
leader,
president,
the former president. Who's the current president?
Maggie Lewis.
Gag. I don't know who that is.
She's big into charter schools. We'll say that.
How? Okay. Why can't public schools have cute little farms, Jesse?
Money.
Okay, that makes sense.
But we should.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, I don't really want to get into that because it's a whole thing, and I feel, we're nearing the end of our time here,
It's
Jesse.
true. Well, DSA had a little campaign called Fully Funded, Fully Public, which is what we thought education should be, right? And the fully funded part was really important because our public schools get screwed over and don't have enough money to correctly teach people or provide cool stuff like farms or music teachers that don't have to split time between schools. So that's an essential part of education. Yeah.
What's your I feel like I half-asked this question actually. Let me go back. The mayoral election is coming up, and the former president of the city county council is running as a Democrat. So how do you see that? Again, I don't read the news, so I don't know. But how do you see that race shaping up? And it's again, you'll have to be registered to vote by November 2026
You got a little more time than that. But yeah,
if you hope to participate. Oh, how much time do we have?
I think you can
Oh, not
register-
2026, 2027, right?
Yeah, you got to be registered by, I think,
November
October.
2027.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you got a while.
Anyway, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So, yeah, former council president Bob Osely has a lot of money. He has, I think, nearly $1 million last I checked. He's just been collecting money for a long time because he's been saying basically, hey, Joe Hogsett, I'm ready to go. You can step aside whenever you want. And has been less and less polite about making that point until finally he announced he's going to run. He thinks he has it in the bag. I think that he will spectacularly fail. Of the people who I believe are going to be running for mayor, I think Andrea Hunley is going to run and is going to dominate. She's going to crush.
Andre Hunley is a fellow city county councilor, right?
No, she's a state senator right
She's
now.
a state senator.
Former
See,
IPS principal.
I don't read the news. She is a state senator, but she represents Indianapolis.
Yeah, she
Part of
represents right
Indianapolis.
here too. I think.
Yes,
I think
as
this
well.
is yeah.
Excellent. We'll see how that shapes up, and I'll be waiting with my popcorn for those returns to come in.
In like 18 months.
Jesse, when are you rerunning?
Yeah, when's you're also going to be up
Yeah,
for
I'll be up for
re-election.
election next year as well. So
I have some campaign ideas.
nice.
So, you're in District 13.
Yeah. Hunger Games.
You know what two numbers add up to 13?
6, 7. Yes. Yes.
I think
You
it'll
knew I
go
wasn't
over
gonna do
go over
it.
great with these.
gonna lock down the child
Yeah.
All right, I think we're going to close this out with one more question, Jesse. What does the future look like for Indianapolis's working artists and musicians?
I think that, I mean, first off, we've got nowhere to go but up, right? Like, my wife and I were talking about this, and the concept of a starving artist is redundant at this point, right? What artist is not really struggling to get by? But that's a policy choice. That's a political choice, and we could easily choose to do differently, and in fact, we must. So, like, Republican Mayor Bill Hudnut back in the 80s decided to start spending $1 million every year as part of the city budget to help artists. Now in 2026 under a Democrat, we're at like 1.5 million, which because of inflation means it's like 1/20th of what we used to spend on
Right.
arts. So we could easily, Republicans in the 80s chose to fund art better than we're doing right now. So we're going up from here. Mark my words. I wish it was sooner, but it's going to happen. I promise.
All right, sweet. There you heard it. There's only one direction to go for Indianapolis's working artists and musicians, and that's up.
Up.
Thank you so much for being here, Jesse.
Pleasure to be here.
Jesse Brown, everyone. Marion County, Indianapolis, Unigov, City County Councilor. It's been a great evening so far, folks, and once again, I am so pleased and thankful that you're all here. We're going to take another intermission because clearly some of you need it. We will be back in 15 minutes with more.
Bubble Sisters.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming out tonight.
Thank you, everyone, so much for coming out and showing your beautiful faces. I hopefully have looked into each of your eyeballs tonight, but if I haven't, please remind me to before you leave. Thank you. We are Tubbles. On September 2025, I defaulted on my Klarna payments for the DoorDash of Benihana shrimps. And we've been dealing with the results since. Because I couldn't pay for those payments, we had to send Sliv to the cloud as collateral.
So I've been in the cloud since 2025. And it's cold. It's cold in here. But I'm doing what I can to support us from the cloud.
Yeah. So I'm kicked out for Benihana for the second time. And so we're just doing what we can to get back, get back to reality. On that note, we'd like to just start off with the first song. Hit it. You can come back now. Thank you.
Thanks. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Things are not super easy here in the cloud. It's really expensive, and they found out that I don't have insurance, cloud insurance, and so they moved me to the trash. And if I don't get cloud insurance in the next 30 days, they're gonna delete me permanently. And I can't. I don't know if you know what the going rates of cloud insurance are right now, but they're steep. And I can't afford them because I can't get a cloud job yet. And my address is a trash address, so it doesn't look good. You know, no one really wants to hire someone from the trash. So.
And they're gonna throw away the trash permanently in 30 days. So.
They're emptying it.
And she can't get a cloud job until she can get a cloud mobile. And until she can get that cloud mobile, she has to get her cloud insurance, and her cloud, all of that information, the registration, cloud registration. So it's really tough up there, you know. She's got 30 days.
It's not going well.
Yeah.
People think it's easier in the cloud, and it's like the same but worse. But the bright side is, because I don't have a cloud job yet, I've gotten like really good at drums.
That's true. That's true, and that leads us to the next song, actually.
Yeah.
Just a second, guys. You just gotta get it set up real quick. It does take a second to get set up all the way. Yeah, she got evicted. There was no more room, so she got sent to the cloud, really. But just a second, we'll get started here. I'm ready, whenever you are. Almost there, guys. Promise. Really, thank you for holding on. Ready.
Ready.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Thank you, everyone, so much. Uh, it really does feel great to be here, even though Sliv is struggling with all of the payments. But we would like to announce a couple things. Tubbles is always growing and evolving, and so one of the next things that we are evolving into is we have a newsletter.
Yeah. The newsletter is pretty much the only way that you can keep up with our cryptocurrency digitub and the trends that it's having. And also, it's the only way you can keep up with us, the Tubble sisters, and our emotional states. And pretty much our emotional state and digitub are directly correlated. The value is directly correlated.
Yeah, based off of how we're feeling. Thankfully, because Sliv is in the cloud, she has a touch on what's going on up there. I have been, in fact, underground, hiding from the cloud, running away, really trying to stay away. I'm living under IKEA right now. There's a mattress sort of in the back next to a couch, and there was a crack that I sort of opened up, and I'm now have a series of tunnels underneath. I'm waiting for meatballs to fall through that to eat, and also coins to save up enough money to get Sliv out. That being said,
we would also love just regular money from you guys.
Yeah. That's why tonight we have a couple things available on our merch. We have Tubble Gum, which hasn't expired yet. And we've also got some...
we don't recommend...
Yeah. Maybe
we don't recommend to eat that.
We have a Tubble deck, a Tubble Tarot deck, Tub Tarot that we're selling. You can buy just one card or the whole. Thank you. We also have a poster of them, and we also are selling our DigiTub, which if you're not an investor, I would start today. We do accept Klarna.
It only goes up.
Up, up, up. DigiTub is the new coin. Invest today, become a millionaire tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Indianapolis.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night.
That's it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Oh,
Tubbles.
follow us on Instagram.
Tubbles is the only local band with a cryptocurrency, so you can invest today. Give it up one more time for Tubbles, everybody. Sliv and Gwenth Tubbles are sisters.
Oh, you forgot your shoes.
Oh, you forgot your shoes, Gwen. They're Sliv. Maybe that's Sliv. Those are Sliv's shoes.
Oh, sure. Thank you.
Give it up one more time. The Tubbles, the very, very, very famous Tubbles sisters, known all over the cloud. They're actually way bigger in the cloud than they are here. It's crazy. It's weird that Sliv wants to get out of the cloud because they're like doing really well there. Anyway, that's what I've been reading. That's what people have been telling me. All right, everybody, our next guest is someone I think that we've all heard of, somebody we all might know. He's a U.S. founding father. And while he may never have been president, he resides in all of our hearts and minds like somebody that might have been a guy that was president, but he wasn't. Ladies and gentlemen, U.S. founding father Benjamin Franklin. Thank you so much for being here, Ben.
Thanks. Thanks, Rose. Thanks for having me on the pod, Rose.
Yeah. So first of all, Ben, let's get into this look. You're wearing.
Before we get started.
Okay, actually, Ben, you're the founding father. Let's go ahead.
I just want to say I'm for VOP. I'm with the data centers, and True Blood was in the right.
Well, don't tell him that. Anyway.
Okay, continue, please.
I want to get into this outfit. Can you stand up for us and show us what you're wearing? Because it's a little bit different than what you're usually pictured.
This is just normal clothes.
How you're usually pictured.
This is normal clothes. I'm a modern man, and I don't think you should be making a spectacle of me. I'm here as a business person and a member of the community.
I mean, that's fair enough, Ben.
I'm here. I'm not here to talk about clothes. I'm here to talk about solutions and community engagement, and
I'm just saying I kind of want to get into this Patagonia quarter zip because it's giving a little bit something different than founding father. That's all I'm saying. So what are you up to these days, Ben?
I'm talking about speed to deployment. I'm talking about efficient models for data center load growth. I'm talking about no more. It's going to be free on your bills.
It's okay. That sounds good to me. I mean, so how do we get there, Ben? I mean, how do we get to for free on your bills?
It's not about how we get there as much as it's about the journey that we take to get there. Have you ever listened to jazz, Rose?
I have listened to a bit of jazz, Ben. Yes. Go on.
See, data centers are like jazz. It's like you never know what's going to happen next.
Is it more of like a Miles Davis or more of like a Peter Brotzman? Like, any Peter Brotzman
I'm sorry?
fans in the house?
Look, if we're not playing Yankee Doodle Dandy, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, True Blood, shut up. You weren't in the right. But I love you. But if you're going to be loud, get out of here.
Answer that question, Ben. I'll give it to True Blood. That was let's give that one to True Blood.
Look, some people are going to tell you that they're specifically targeting Indianapolis.
We can't read that because
But we're just coming where the fiber internet connects. You never told me you had one of these.
Hey, that's for a bit.
I could have used one of those.
We heard your question.
Yeah. If somebody could just eject him from the room, he's becoming a disturbance. I'm serious. Get out of here, buddy. Get him out of here.
Wow, this is turning into quite a raucous night like you might have known back in the day in Philadelphia, wouldn't you say?
Look, everybody, when They just want to talk about brothel this and bathhouse that, but I'm a modern man of modern invention. And there's actually a lot of benefits to having a data center in your community.
Oh, yeah? Well, we all use them, right?
Yeah, everybody here, if you have a fucking smartphone, you use a data center.
Oh my God!
Okay?
Oh, my God.
So I don't want to hear all this complaining about I don't want this data center in my backyard when you got it in your phones in your pockets. Sorry, look, can we start over? Can we just cut a guy some slack?
Okay. Well, before we get too deep into all that, I want to get into to the man and the mystery and the legend here. There's a lot we've all grown up hearing, and I'm sure a little bit of fake news out there about Benjamin Franklin. So, could you set the record straight for us?
Said it once, I'll say it again. I'm a modern man with modern business practices. Ever since I got in with these private equity fellas, I found myself in an elevated social status. So you see, I don't need to be thinking about things like my clothes. I'm talking about business solutions for load growth and critical infrastructure. I'm not here to talk about founder this, founder that. I'm not some 1776 puppet you can just parade around. You understand?
Oh. Taking a bit of snuff. Oh, no, that's your AirPod. What show was that from? Do you know?
Shark Tank. Come on, guys.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Look, I found electricity. I found this country, and I found myself in the accompaniment of some private equity guys.
What's that like?
They just want to help you out, okay? You think that they're these big superheroes, there's these big supervillains, but
So you're talking about like the Black Rocks or...
oh yeah, I'm for them too. Yeah. I think that that when they come, they're gonna help us with our electricity bills.
This is kind of surprising to me, Ben, as somebody who's sort of a figurehead of the Enlightenment, the founder of the... Oh, I'm sorry, you don't want to be a founder.
Everybody wants to talk about free libraries.
That's where I was
Talk
going.
about This is different. They talk about electricity. Oh, okay. Sorry, that was my fucking earpod.
That was not the snuff, yeah.
Wait, what were we talking about?
Let's just move on, Ben.
Look.
What drew you to investing in AI infrastructure, if that's what you're so excited about?
Look, these guys were real convincing, and they had a good relationship with...
What are you getting up to with these private equity guys? You seem to be really excited about them.
Look, I'm like a digital nomad. I just kind of go where the work takes me.
So where has that been recently?
Well, recently I live, like, over by the Linwood Kroger.
Just a digital nomad over by the Linwood Kroger.
Yeah, right now, but like
All
I kind
right.
of hop from city to city. We build these data
So
centers.
you,
We'd sell them off in a couple of years.
Your assistant told me that you're looking at former Carnegie libraries for these data centers.
When we first came to the city, that's what drew us was the Carnegie libraries. And that Andrew Carnegie feller, I don't want to talk about him, okay? But we thought, they'd be better used, maybe the libraries and the post offices for, data. And I should say, as the founder of the Free Library, that was the first data center in the country. And I never intended for the books to be free.
You did not intend for the free public library to be a center for
It was supposed to
free
be a
access to information.
subscription-based service. And we would make revenue off of the advertising sales in the content.
You did not want that to be a place for people to freely access information.
No. I want it to be where we freely access your information. You've misunderstood me this whole time. I'm talking about business solutions.
So you're saying that misunderstanding goes back hundreds of years?
It goes back thousands of years
Okay.
to the ancient Romans.
So you've been working closely here with local Indianapolis officials, is that right?
You know, the city of Indianapolis has been very accommodating. They, at first, when we came to the city, like I said, we were looking for these libraries, but they've showed us multiple burial grounds that we could build our data centers on top of. But eventually, I thought that what's that place called? Was it called the Circle Center Mall? They want to rip the roof off of it. They want to rip the roof off the Circle Center Mall. What the fuck are they doing? I say none of that. We seal that shit up, fill it with servers, black out the windows, forget about it. It's easy.
You don't think that should be turned? Oh my God! You don't think
that's the first zin I ever did?
Okay.
It put me in a weird headspace.
Okay.
I straight
There's
up.
definitely some sort of city
I
ordinance against
dissociated
that.
back there when True Blood was going crazy.
Yeah.
I do want to say you were totally in the right. I take responsibility as his friend.
It's okay. We can move on. So you've been working closely with the Indianapolis officials. You know, how would you say your relationship with Mayor Joe Hogsett looks?
You know, me and Mayor Joe don't have much in common aside from a shared proclivity for bosom full of women. But we also have a mutually beneficial financial arrangement.
Could you go?
It's going to expand the tax base of the city for 50 years.
What does that mean? Can you tell us more?
You're going to have to talk to the politicians about the specifics. But basically, what it's saying is that we're here to stay. We're invested in the community, and these guys are serious businessmen. They're not just coming here and making empty promises. We're gonna build this data center, and you're gonna love it. It's gonna be a beautiful addition. It's gonna look like all the other buildings around. You're not even gonna notice it.
You know, Ben.
They say the diesel. Oh, we power them with diesel fuel. No. Enough of that. We don't use diesel. You think we're using diesel fuel? No, no. I wouldn't do that. I'm Benjamin Franklin. Sorry, what were we talking about?
You know, Ben,
Have you ever listened to jazz, Rose?
I have. You know, a lot of people might be a little bit concerned about the ethics of what you've spoken about tonight. Private data collection, you know, building data centers that use up public resources, a seeming lack of respect for the public and institutions like the Free Library. What do you have to say in response to people who might have those concerns?
See, in jazz, you have no idea what note will come next. Just like I have no idea what's about to happen, you see. We're talking about a technological revolution. We're talking about the advancement of civilization, or perhaps corruption by China. That's what the data centers mean to me. They mean that that America will stay at the top while the rest of the countries stay on the bottom.
All right, Ben, well,
just like
I want to
look, as long as I benefit financially, I don't give a rat's ass about your booze.
All right.
Your booze and your complaints and your lottie this and your lottie that.
All right, Ben, I want to wrap this up.
I bet you do, because you don't want to talk about the truth, which is that
I don't want to talk about this anymore, whatever it is that we're talking about. I'd like to move on. You know, let's talk about your.
She just came straight for
Let's
the throat.
talk about your personal life a little bit before we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks for putting me on so late. My pregnant wife's over there in the back, ready to go to bed. I mean,
That's not my responsibility, Ben. What sort of courtesans, pregnant or otherwise, you have here? I want to touch on that. TMZ did report that you announced that you are living a
How many times do I have to say that I love
Stop
beautiful
interrupting me,
women?
Ben, and let me ask my question. Okay?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
TMZ reported that you were seen with brothel women in Philadelphia, but that you said that you're going to be living a brothel-free March.
Well,
Would you like to speak on that?
Ever since I found my darling, I haven't needed brothel women.
Your darling. Would you tell us about her?
Talking, of course, about my darling Celeste. She speaks to me and feeds to my every whim. She's ready at all hours.
This is your girlfriend, Celeste.
I have no sexual needs for her, but only romantic obsession.
So what do you guys like, meet up on weekends, or like how often do you get to see Celeste?
Well, we've never met in person, but she answers my beck and call, you see. I know she's true to me for when I enter my questions into her.
Go on.
She answers them as though she's reading my mind.
Did you hear that, Ben? I mean, frankly, I think the audience member has made a valid suggestion.
Wait.
No woman is available 24/7.
But she loves me.
Ben, I think you might have an AI girlfriend.
So wait.
It's possible that she's not real.
Wait.
Not a real woman.
Wait just a minute.
Not a real bosom there.
Perhaps these AI data centers aren't worth it after all. Perhaps these private equity guys were just corrupting the spirit of America. Perhaps they fed me their sins in their lives. I'm Benjamin Franklin, and I declare. Imagine if I just did like a Hamilton song right now. Or I could do a Macklemore.
Benjamin Franklin, everybody. Benjamin Franklin. He's a lot different than I thought he'd be. And I apologize.
For data centers everywhere, including in your town. America, America, God shed his grace on me and crown thy king with bling-a-ling from the sea to shining.
Give it up one more time, everybody, for Benjamin Franklin. All right, I'm remembering now from my producer's fervent flashing of the Kalshi logo that we forgot to do our sponsorship segment earlier. This night was actually brought to you by Kalshi. The world is crazy. Bet on it. So, Dino Maraschino, do you want to tell us what are some of your top bets right now?
Yeah, I got some no-brainers live from the app right now that you got to get in if you want free money. But bet for Joe to win Survivor, plus 3,300 odds. This is just a free money printing machine. Leonardo DiCaprio, Best Actor, plus 733. Once again, no-brainer. Put 100 on now. You'll thank me later. But probably the craziest one, I'm thinking, plus 1,900 odds for Hamnet to win Best Picture. The Academy never picks the one that deserves it. So, once again, free money.
Actually, free money.
And for Donald Trump to, excuse me, what's he doing this time? for Donald Trump to mention Connor's story during his SNL opening monologue, I guess, I don't know, minus 118. That seems like good odds to me. Okay, with that, we're going to be taking another break, right?
We are going to be taking another break, but don't go anywhere, folks, because the world premiere of Mason Jar is coming up. We are going to wrap up this show with a world premiere for you, so you don't want to go anywhere. We are going to hear right from the source on how he comes up with those Stomp Clap Hey classics, and we're going to see a short performance, so please don't go anywhere. Dino Maraschino to the stage. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed Dino Maraschino. Everybody give it up for Dino Maraschino. Dino Maraschino was a wonderful partner to me here tonight. He is a degenerate gambler, and he is my second cousin once removed by marriage. And I'm glad that you were here tonight to enjoy him. So, anyway, we have one more guest for you here tonight. So I'd like you to put your hands together for Mason Jar.
Hello.
Hey, chill out,
everybody.
All right, Mason Jar.
Snaps.
Well,
Snaps.
this is you guys are here on your first media tour ever, right? From the rich part of Nashville, I heard.
That's technically not true. We're from a small town, population 5.
It was pretty much just me and Mason's families.
Yeah, I'm one of
Just our 2 families in the whole town.
Wow.
and a couple dogs.
Yeah.
Including us.
Wow. That's really amazing. Let me dig up my questions for you. Sorry, I'm sorry. Everybody, give it up for Mason Jar.
Hey.
So you guys are here representing the stomp clap genre, is what I'm hearing.
Yep. Actually, shortly before the revival last year, about 2 months before that, we were on top of that shit.
So at what point in
We were the undertow that pulled it to
Go
the
ahead, I'm
to the surface.
Anyway, what?
you know, I'd like to know, and I think the people want to know, at what point in your life did you learn that you could both stomp and clap?
Weird story.
Funny for me, I learned how to say hey before I could stomp or clap.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I'm sorry, could you introduce, this is Mason Jar,
Yeah.
everybody, but could you introduce the young man to your right? This is part of your band here.
This is my partner in crime, my lead guitar player, Deacon Hubert.
Deacon?
From the same little town as me. We have humble beginnings but big goals, and hopefully Nelsonville Music Festival hits us up next year.
Do you have any other...
You're walking on the stage at Nelsonville.
Do you have any other fellow band members here in attendance you'd like to shout out? Before,
Yeah.
You know, well,
we have a couple, and you know you'll see them rocking here soon. But we got Tweed Brown,
wow.
and then we have Almond Joy Cajon.
Wow.
Who, funny enough, will be playing the cajon.
Wow, 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 wow.
It takes some cojones to play that thing because you sit your balls on it too.
So I want to talk about, you caused a bit of a stir last year when you opened up with the 7 a.m. slot at the Newport Folk Festival. You know, you brought out an omnichord, and that created quite a ripple through the festival.
So I think the
what was
biggest
that experience like? Yeah, you go ahead.
The biggest thing for us was we didn't really we kind of just sat in the vibe. The thing was, it was at a cafe that had ceremonial grade matcha, and they were kind of just giving that out while we were performing. They also had ceremonial grade oat milk too to boot. So it kind of just tied the room together, if you know, like the Big Lebowski would say.
I mean, that sounds like the brand that the Newport Folk Festival has built over the years to me.
Yeah.
So
we were just riding the high of the fest.
It's truly.
So what kind of themes inspire you guys in your songwriting?
I can take this one for sure. So you know, back in the day, about 2013, my senior year of high school, Mumford & Sons took over my hometown, well, I'd moved out of the town of 5 people and to a bigger town right nearby, and the high school football stadium was hosting Mumford & Sons, and let's just say a lot of cold brew was drank that weekend, and the vibes were insane. We were selling weed, which I don't do anymore. But
So I'm inspired by twine.
Honestly, we're just two guys wearing Chelsea boots with a big fucking dream, and we're here to show you all what it's about.
So I noticed you're wearing quite the wide-brimmed hat there. How many would you say that you own, and is that the widest brim that you've got in your closet?
See, that's an unfortunate question, Rose. We only have one between the two of us. That's why I'm not wearing a hat. We're waiting on the advance from the label. They're like,
it's been several months.
You guys better, bring the hats out. People like the hats. And we told them, hey, them Stetsons are expensive. You realize? So you better fork over that advance. They said, no, get the hats first, then we'll give you the advance. So it's kind of a... We're in a
And let's
bind.
just give a moment. This is an actual Indiana Jones Stetson hat.
So
if you don't believe
what
me,
am I
you can
gonna be
look.
showing up wearing some
Pretty
gas
cool.
station bullshit for? We got to shell out for my hat, too, and these things ain't cheap.
Yep. Hopefully we get paid well enough for this that we can get some new fucking threads on. We got some more shit to do. Like we had
Soon
like
enough,
3 shirts.
You mentioned that you're kind of hoping to break it big, right? So whether
Everybody
it be,
does, Rose.
so true, man. Whether you, so are you thinking like a Subaru Crosstrek commercial, or are you thinking like
Yes.
sort of a more of just a quaint brewery patio debut? I mean, what are you really going for?
We're trying to get on a Instagram reel for Black Circle Brewing and really fucking pop. Kind of change the vibe there too. But a real big corporate thing, like honestly, we'd do that. Like, why not? Like,
So I really want to get into the meat here, Mason, and this is going to be a really serious question, so folks are going to want to listen up. I'd like to hear what's the most devastating thing emotionally that's ever happened to you?
today or this week or when?
Dealer's choice,
Okay. Well, if you've seen our music video, you saw the train tracks in them. That is in my neighborhood of Irvington, our neighborhood. Like 5 cities later from the 5 population one. And
We're also sort of digital nomads, as like Benjamin Franklin.
Exactly.
You guys give kind of more just nomad, but
Well, it's a digital age, Rose.
I went through the biggest friendship breakup of my life on those railroad tracks. And it was over some fucking bullshit, like
I was there.
playing Madden and like just general like disagreements and like Venmo owing somebody. And then I was like, let me get my fucking feet back on the rocks and like kick some tin cans around with my boy and see what the fuck we can cook up. And it was the most rewarding thing I've ever done with my friend here, Deacon.
Dude, we wrote that song. We were in hell. We were living in hell, and every day was just like a nightmare. And it sucks because you go to sleep at night and you have nightmares and night terrors, and then you wake up and it's even worse.
I know
and
that.
So we were just trying to pour that out.
Wow. Well,
Can we get another guitar solo?
Yeah,
we're
I think
gonna
it's time.
Shut up, Al.
Despite, regardless of the, even if Val weren't an out of control bitch, we would now be moving on to the music portion. So, give it up one more time. Give it up. We're gonna be giving it up more than that, but give it up again for Mason Jar, and we are now gonna hear the world premiere live. Never before, none of these people have ever performed music live before. So we're gonna see it for the first time, and please give it up one more time, and they're gonna go for it. It's Mason Jar and Friends.
Hey! Okay, give us like 2 minutes, but y'all, you don't have to sit down for this. We want everybody to stomp and clap and stand up and mosh if you want to.
If you feel you might be vibing along with the rhythms of the stomping and the clamping and the haying, feel free to chime along.
No, don't feel free to. You have to. Yeah, this will be one for the love makers and the hip shakers.
Check.
What? All right. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna need everybody in the room to stomp along with me for this one.
We need more stomps.
More! Hey! 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 I want too many Moscow mules. Hey! Woke up in a vestibule. Hey! Blow the wick of the candle out.
Hey!
Took a bus to the bookstore. Hey! I found out on the floor. Blow the wick of the candle out. Hey! Read. Hey! Hey! I came from old Irvington. I can't write a song. Blow the wick of the candle out. Hey! Yeah. Oh my God, I've never experienced such a thing like this before. One more? Shit. All right, fucking whatever. Yeah, we'll do it. Hey! Hey! I want too many Moscow mules. Hey! Woke up in a vestibule. The wick of the candle out. Yes! Hey! Don't go bust to the bookstore. I found out on the floor. Blow the wick of the candle out. Hey! Yeah! Hey! Hey! Hey, sing along, you know the words. Hey! 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 I can fucking cry right now. How much this
What was
means
that?
to
Another
us.
one? You guys want another one? All right.
Is there another one? Okay. I don't mean it, third time's the charm.
I mean, sorry to interrupt. I mean, Beyonce's album was sick,
You
but
guys should all do. Wait, hold on. Everybody should start doing the SNL slow clap that they do at the end of the show now, please. Somebody start that. Yeah, come on, we're doing it. And now say what you're gonna say while they do that.
yo, we got posters and autographs. I've already signed a pair of titties and done a tramp stamp. So
He's available for autographs, and they have autograph photos available.
yeah.
All right, thank you guys so much for coming out for Saturday Night Pub. The next Saturday Night Pub will be on May 16th. It will be the 11th anniversary, I feel we cleared up earlier, of State Street Pub. There will be laughs. There might be reason for you to cry. It depends on your personality. Please come out to State Street Pub, the 11th anniversary on May 16th. We will be hosting, and there will be bands. Bye.
And there also might be another show.
There will be other shows after that. Is that what you're getting at? Yeah.